You just stumbled upon JK'z Rewatchable Hour.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I am going to turn the reins over and not even say welcome. Are you stumbling in life? Well, you've just stumbled upon JK'z Rewatchable Hour. Hosting completely this time is Ms. Jackie, or should we say Jacqueline Lynch. You're on.
Hi.
No pressure.
Jackie.
It's your turn now. You start speaking now. We got a delay, so you got to speak when you hear a space there.
Call me
has
Jackie.
a delay.
Or am I delayed?
Yeah.
Are you guys my 7-year-old son now? Dwayne. This is Dwayne.
Okay.
We are all now Mandalorian because this is Dwayne.
Never seen it.
All right, so you got a problem. Okay, I'm shutting up. You guys kill it.
Well, hold on. But this show is just for the women to discuss their topics, and this is your show. So, Jackie, you're the one who wanted to do it. Have at it, girl. You guys are on.
Not do it. I was bullied into leading this episode, but I will, as long as everybody is okay with it.
Absolutely, have at it.
All right, so we're going to be talking about women, women's health, health, mental, physical, hormones, and menopause, everything that we're experiencing in our lives. There's going to be a wide range of what's happening. Each of our lives are very different. And I honestly do not know what is happening. Becky, Jeff.
For people like us, we're experiencing more flatulence than usual. But for Becky, that's normal.
So that's happening. I'm missing it.
Do you miss that? I know everyone else heard that.
Okay. So on top of the menopause and other things, yes, we do experience farts.
Me, a little more than most average people. They're still working on what's actually causing it.
Oh,
we already know that I can't have gluten, and now they're gonna do. They just had an ultrasound of my pancreas and gallbladder, and now I have to go for a CT scan of them because they think it's exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means my pancreas isn't working.
Wow.
Oh.
Yep.
We'll be praying.
Becky, you are going through a lot of stuff, girl.
And it causes, excess. It's because I don't absorb things. I've never really absorbed the right minerals and vitamins. And we just found out today at Casey's doctor's appointment that because I had a malabsorption problem that caused one of his got a gene mutation, and it actually is causing problems with him now. So he got that from me because I couldn't absorb certain nutrients when I was pregnant. Yeah. Weird things.
No, we got from you and Charlie.
Yeah, well, he got part of it from me, part of it from Charlie. But we didn't know any of that.
Let me ask a personal question, and since I'm the one leading this show, so don't take offense to any question. Hopefully it's not stupid, but just to get us talking. Does that, as a mom, make you feel like inadequate of sorts?
A lot of times I blame myself for all of their problems because, if first the autism, it runs in my family, but it also, since Charlie's been gone, I seem to think about it and almost seem to think that he and his dad were probably on the spectrum too, just at a different level. I don't know if any of you remember either one of them. My father-in-law and Charlie were both very, very set in their ways about certain things, and things had to be like this, and this, and if you didn't do it this way, then you had to start all over again. And little things that remind me a lot of Casey's behavior. And it's just a little, when Molly became diagnosed with diabetes, I blame myself because, I had kids with a diabetic knowing he was diabetic, and I had an autoimmune disease too. So the kids run a higher risk of getting that type of stuff. I'm filling her pump, by the way. So if I keep looking down, I'm not trying to show a needle online. So, but it kind of like does. I have blamed myself over the years, but now I've come to realize that it was going to happen anyway. It's just certain things have led us to different paths of figuring stuff out. I knew the signs of diabetes when Molly was diagnosed, so I was able to get her treatment right away. Whereas Casey, that's about the time Molly was diagnosed with diabetes, was when he stopped talking and stopped doing all the things that he was doing. And it comes as a shock because he was walking before her, he was talking before her, and now he's 11 years old and he cannot carry on a conversation with you. So the mom guilt is really strong with a lot of stuff. Molly today is trying to get me upset, or she's giving me a guilt trip because we had an appointment for Casey and she was really good in the car, and we stopped for lunch and they were still really good. And then I stopped and got stuff for dinner, and she's like, "Are you going to get me a present?" Because I was good. And I was like, "You don't need a present just because you behaved." And she got mad because I didn't pick her up a present. So, you have to pick your battles, and she's just going to have to deal with the fact she's not going to get a toy today. And it's a lot of how I am is because of the way they are. If they stay up late, I'm up late. If something's wrong with Molly's blood sugar, then I'm up later. If Casey can't sleep, John or I are awake all night long with them. And sometimes, I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning because Casey had a rough night. So I'm online talking to you guys, and then a couple hours later, I disappear. Well, because I went back to bed. I'm like, screw this, I'm going to bed. And you kind of have to take care of yourself. I didn't for the longest time. I've had heart attacks. I've had massive anxiety, massive depression over the years, and it really has done a number to me. John's seen me grow from, just starting to come out of my shell again to going deep back into despair after my heart attacks because the anxiety was so bad. And then he's slowly helped bring me out. And it took years, but I'm getting there. And, I just, as I'm getting older, all the changes that come with it are a little challenging. Like, we were talking about women's health and our change, hot flashes from hell. I'm glad I've got central air in my house because I can turn it on if I desperately need it. But it is, I woke up this morning with one. I was drenched in sweat. And what's really weird is the same symptoms I have for those hot flashes, minus the chest pain, is what it felt like when I was having a heart attack. So it felt more like it. And if you guys have had those hot flashes, imagine that, but with really, really bad heartburn is what it felt like. It wasn't the crushing pain like you see on TV where they grab their chest and they're down. I never went into full arrest. And Yeah,
It's
and
very
Charlie didn't have a heart attack, but he went into full arrest because of something else that was going on. So I'm lucky.
Diabetes pushed him into full arrest.
Yes, the diabetes pushed him in. You know, he neglected his body over the years, and he thought he knew better than everybody. He never tested his blood sugar. He never calculated things right. I mean, I've got this little $10,000 device right here in my hand that keeps my daughter alive every day. And as much as she hates it, she's got to get poked with these things every day. But she's alive, and it's been over 9 years. And like I said, we gotta take care of ourselves and look out for each other. And you guys have like really been checking in on us, you know, all of us checking in on each other lately, and it has meant so much. You know, it's, you know, we find each other talking to each other late at night. Alina will send me a message, you know, she needs to vent, I need to vent. Just let me have it. If I don't respond, it's because I fell asleep, which is very rare. But you know, you know, if I don't respond right away, that's why. Other than that, I'm usually available 24/7 for anyone that needs to vent. And
So let me ask you girls this about the hot flashes. Afterwards, like when they're starting to leave or first coming on, do either one of you feel like you're going to vomit?
Yeah.
So that's normal.
I don't.
You don't? I do. And I wondered if it was normal.
not so much, not really vomiting a lot, but you know, I get sick to my stomach.
Process.
I've got some other issues going on too that cause, you know, stomach issues.
During your heart attack, you were puking all over.
During my heart attack, I was puking all over the place, and it was not good. I mean, I was laying on my living room floor because it was the cool spot of the house, and everything I ate for like the past month, I swear, came up that night. It was just all over, and John kind of figured something was wrong and started cleaning things up and made sure the kids didn't see things, and got my sister's ass out there to hang out with the kids, and calmly took me to the hospital. While the whole way there, I was like, it's a stomach bug. They're going to send me home. No, it's like 5 days before I was able to come home.
Wow.
Under the monitor, I look at some, I look at you. Yeah, send that right fucking now. You took away.
Yeah, he was in the ER with me. He saw it before the doctor even said it. So, yeah. Hi, princess. Come here.
So, before we deviate away from maybe Becky and have a lean talk,
Yeah.
Becky,
Go ahead, because I got to get Molly going here. So if I pop in and out, I'm not ignoring you all. I'm listening.
She doesn't like you. Fuck you.
Okay.
I just want to ask you, Becky, what kinds of things? I mean, other than sleep, for God's sakes, you need sleep. But what kinds of things keep you sane?
Oh boy.
To be blunt, I mean,
I can show you one thing that keeps me sane. Well, I'll show you two.
Did you buy that bucket of Reese's Pieces from Walmart for $30?
Not yet. This is one thing that keeps me sane.
I want that.
Hey,
He keeps me sane. And I'm going to show you the other thing that keeps me sane. And
Okay.
Jeff has met this thing. And so is
don't
Craig.
show that thing online.
And this right here.
Hi, honey. Aw, hi, honey.
Where he's at with the contest. He's so cute. Oh.
She has actually been one of the better things I've done for my mental health. And I'm one of the better things. I didn't say the only thing. Jeez.
I think the butt plug is in the middle of that.
Oh, the butt plug's in the middle there too. So, you know.
Come for me. Jeff, you sick fucker.
We got
Of course it is.
John on one side. We got Honey on this side. We got that butt plug right in the middle there. So. I'm gonna grab this other stuff and get Molly set up with her pump. So I'm right here, but I'm gonna shut my mic off so you won't have to hear all my farts and stuff. Okay?
Okay. So Becky was talking a lot about, her personal health issues. I know that this group is important for a lot of us, all of us. I don't know if menopause and hot flashes, I do experience those. Aline, is it the menopause for you or perimenopause?
It's Perry.
Harry?
Yep.
So did you relate in some of that? Obviously we haven't had heart attacks,
No. But geez, I'll be doing something and just out of nowhere get real hot and just get nauseous. And I didn't know if it was normal or if it was just me. Because 5 minutes
Right.
later, I'll be freezing. Because 1 minute I'm hot, and then I'll get real sweaty, and then I'll get cold from having the sweat.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And then there's other things.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that.
No.
Skin's drier than normal. My hair is really thinning out, and it used to be so thick. Not anymore.
And are you taking vitamins?
No.
Supplements and stuff like that?
No.
I honestly don't know if any of that really does help or not, really. I guess it depends on the person. I guess what I wanted to also say and reiterate, we can outline what is going on and what is happening with us and list all of the things that are going on with each of us, but it is a happy medium to figure out what makes us keep going. And I guess that could lead to the mental health part of what we also want to talk about today.
Animals.
Mm-hmm.
And my son just moved in with us at the end of summer, so.
How old is he?
Person, 24.
Was it added stress or is it helpful for you?
No, I think it's helpful.
Good.
Get to take care of them.
Spend time, quality time.
Yep. So it keeps me going.
Good. Do you have your own little hobbies as well, Aline?
Yeah, I do a lot of canning in the summer.
Yeah,
Not
she
a whole
does.
lot in the winter. You'll get your salsa.
Yeah, I will. I have to stop down. Yes.
No, I think I'll just bring it this Saturday because I got to bring some apple butter for Jackie.
Love
I'm
you
excited.
guys. Absolutely.
Not really a lot in the winter. Winters kind of stink.
It does.
But during the holidays, I do a lot of baking. What about you?
I see
guys?
it.
What do you do to keep busy?
Oh gosh. I think doing absolutely nothing is, my job, like anyone's job, but my job is just more like in my head and stressful that way, obviously. So I think just doing nothing. I miss reading. So I think I'm going to get back into reading. I'm always on the phone. I really have to set my phone down, Does anybody else feel that way?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. What do you like to read?
Definitely. I haven't read a seriously good book in over 11 years.
Yeah. I used to read
every time I sit down to read, it's someone needs me. So
I can only imagine, Becky. Man, I know.
I bought the latest Stephen King over the summer. It's still sitting upstairs. It hasn't even been opened yet. It's the sequel to The Shining.
Oh, yeah?
It's about the kid, Danny all grown up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just bought a cookbook with one of those flames from TikTok on there, and I haven't even gotten through the book yet, just to look through it. because that's what I like to do. Is I read the cookbooks like novels. That's how I started making stuff good. So
Nice.
but I haven't read a book in
so-
years.
You just buy that one book from Trish.
Yeah, I bought one book. I bought both books for Trish and me. My sister
So,
wanted a book too, so I bought one for her and one for me.
I have a question. What is your favorite book to read? Like what's the genre? I guess I want to say. What do you guys like, ladies?
Horror.
I should say.
True crime.
True crime, horror.
Anything true crime.
Those also the supernatural type stuff, like the Stephen King stuff. That, oh my God. I'm telling you, my absolute favorite book by him was actually written by, he wrote it as Richard Bachman. That was Thinner. That was the one with the gypsies. Oh my God, I love that book. I love that book.
I love the movie.
That was freaky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I did not. No. No problem.
All good, Jackie?
I thought I was gonna get in trouble.
Oh,
Just in a parking lot with the light on and stuff. I thought, am I gonna get kicked out of here?
gotcha.
No.
Before I hand it back to Jackie, what is the number one reason why you enjoy reading? Is it for meditation, or just to wind down, or a hobby?
Kind of.
Relaxing.
It's relaxing. Like, I remember before I got married and I lived alone and I had my dog, and I used to read. I read all the Harry Potter books and plus other books, and I could actually envision the characters in my head. And this was before any of the movies came out, so it was like. And I'm telling you, they nailed Snape. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I wish they made him better looking, because I loved Alan Rickman. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But
I prefer to read the book before I see the movie. It's hard for me to go and read a Stephen King book that I've already seen the movie.
Right. Makes sense. What about you, Elaine?
Well,
I
like
do
Pet
the same
Cemetery,
thing.
his book was a lot better than
The movie was a big disappointment. I like James Patterson. Almost anything he writes is really good.
Oh, he's really good.
Back to you, Jackie.
Back to me.
They can't see you.
I guess I could share a little bit about me. As long as it's back to me, I guess. I had to have a full hysterectomy about 5 years ago. So that kind of sent my body into menopause-ish with all the hormone issues and hot flashes, and sex was different, if dare I say some of the stuff, Let's see. So
I just wish mine would just hurry up and go the F away. Stop doing this, skipping every 2-3 months, and then you're feeling good, so you wear a white pair of jeans, and she's like, "Hi, bitch."
Girl, I have not done that since high school. Nope. Never again.
I just want mine to go away, and it won't. And I can't take hormone therapy because of the heart issues.
Right.
So I just have to grin and bear it, so to speak. Poor John has to deal with the mood swings.
Don't fucking bother me. I dealt with it before.
That's why I said we should ask them how it affects them.
He says I'm not as psycho as his ex-wife, so that just,
That's a bonus.
yeah.
Now, Jackie,
And she wasn't even going through menopause.
do you have somebody to support you with your emotions and everything, given what you've been through?
I think my sister is my rock, really. She's 18 years older than me, so she's like my mom and my sister. So I call her Mom Sis.
But that's really important to have somebody. I mean, not only, I'm just assuming, not only just family, but another female that you can confide in.
Definitely. I've got a close friend. Her name is Tony. Met her at one of my previous jobs, and I still do talk to Lisa. We've kind of just been what's that term? Just not as close as we were, but we still keep in touch. And then there's you guys. Now I have 2 other females to get a little closer to and confide in and bounce things off of. So you guys, it's always good to have not just your close friends, but just somebody else, I guess, that might not know everything about your life, but do we need to know everything about our lives to feel a camaraderie or whatever?
Right.
No.
You should tell Jeff, Dr. Two-Coin, how we actually say they more were going.
Oh, we'll do that later.
What's that?
We'll do that later. This is women talk
Yes.
tonight.
He doesn't.
All women, all women, all women.
Jeff is just sitting in the background right
I
now.
don't give a shit about Jeff. I'm just telling you.
Love you too, John. Love you too, buddy.
He said, "Love you too, John."
You don't love me. Fuck you. Even if you knew hello.
Who do you
So-
have? Oh,
Who?
do you have somebody close to support you and what you go through as well? You've gone through a lot of health with your back and stuff, right?
Yeah, my mom's been a huge help. Yeah. Yeah, you got, well, Jeff, you've been around. Becky. Jeff is like, you know, the irritating cricket that just won't go away. But you don't want to step on him either, because you've kind of gotten used to him.
Because he's a sweetheart.
Jimmy
Wow.
Cricket.
Oh, J-Dubs, I love you.
I love you back, AC. But other than your mom, you know, and other than Becky and Jackie, you do have more people. All of you, right? I mean, you have more than one outlet, correct?
Yeah.
Hey, he's back. Hey, welcome back, Craig.
Hi.
Oh, he's muted.
Is he trying
he's
to talk?
muted, okay.
His microphone's off.
Yeah, he's muted.
Hey, you guys know you're being broadcast live on CNN, right? Right now.
No, we're not. He's full of shit.
You know, if anybody can make it happen, it's J-Dub right there.
Yeah, he
I-
probably
So, yeah.
I think Jackie's.
But I have been
heart
listening to
fell out of
everything
her
you
chest.
guys. You guys
Only fan.
are extremely pertinent. Very much enjoying the conversations, especially the farting. That was awesome. That was the bomb.
That was a good intro.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank
I
you, ma'am.
wasn't planning that, but you know, it happens a lot. So
I was glad that she was farting. So
yeah, I was like,
gotta
I
do
knew
what
Jeff
you gotta
was that.
do,
I was
man.
like,
It's-
ooh. And Elise
You know?
was all like,
Make us
"Hey."
all friends.
Otherwise, her kitchen would be full of kids, and you know, yeah.
Baby
Get 'em out.
kids ran away.
What so obviously just to the women, but what other issue that you ladies want to, you know, talk about or just get off your chest? I mean, I think it's really important for anybody who's going to watch this. Somewhere down the road, they might not know what's going on, and they might. And I don't want to bring up because that was from another show, but a buddy reached out to me about Becky's show, and I put those two into touch, and I might get some help for Becky. So that's the power of this show.
Yeah, we might be able to do something else for Molly because
That's
I
awesome.
was talking to Casey's OT about that, and she
You
said
guys are smiling. That's
it was-
amazing.
it was not. There was something wrong about the way they worded how she wasn't qualified for services,
Right.
and like because she scored a 70 and she had to score 69 or below. And I'm
Right.
like, but that was before they actually gave her the autism diagnosis. They weren't going with that. And now, according to OPWDD, she qualifies because anywhere on the autism spectrum qualifies for services now.
Exactly.
So I think
And-
that's I'm not sure if Anthony can help or someone else can help, but they can the paperwork was already filled out, so I don't need to go through the stack like this. And Craig, thanks again for getting the ball rolling. We did see the psychiatrist today for case
Awesome. Awesome.
And-
Dr. Kaufman?
Nope.
Awesome.
Dr. Cephas.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh my
Was it
God, he
telehealth?
was awesome.
Was it telehealth or was it in person?
He was did telehealth at first, and then we're gonna do in person next month. He was supposed to meet with us last week, but he couldn't make it, and I'm like, he didn't make it again this week. So I guess what they do is they do a lot of the telehealth things, and then
all the questionnaires
go
and
see the
everything like
nurse
that, the routine
practitioner.
things. Yeah, get that done. But in person, especially with children,
Yeah.
is absolutely.
Casey was actually calm while we were
wow.
there, and I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
this is not my kid. You know, he was pacing and he let out a few screeches, but he was not himself. And I was like, he's normally a lot more hyper. So he took that into consideration, and he also went by stuff I told him that Casey was already tested for. And one of the things that I brought up to his doctor before, and she didn't know much about it, he rattled off something. He says it could be that is blocking his brain from doing something. So we're going to try something first, and then, it's a lower end thing, and then we're going to work our way up.
Awesome. And that's the one thing about Dr. Kaufman, because he is strictly just telehealth. So he needed to see somebody in person. He needed that extra care.
Yeah, we went there, and he was an absolute. Well, see, Dr. Kaufman couldn't see him here because he has to be at least 4 years old, but mentally, Casey is not 4 years old.
Right.
Which is
So people don't realize too that there's a lot of teenagers out there with the same condition, and they're expected to work and start life and so forth, and that's just not the reality. So believe me, I go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
No, continue. I'm sorry.
But Jeff,
no,
I will take special time for you later, son.
Okay. So, okay. Yes, honey. No. But I was just saying that, I was going to ask the girls if they, because of, a friend reached out to me because they watched the show of Becky. If somebody was to watch this and be like, it sounded like some of you were asking questions that you weren't really sure how to deal with. Again, that's just me thinking that's what I heard. I could be wrong. But if somebody was to watch this show and be like, oh, like what would you guys like tell somebody that would be going through things that you ladies are going through?
I don't know. I think that it's important to ask the questions. If you feel weird about how your body's acting, ask your friends. Ask them if they're going through the same things, what they're experiencing.
Kind of like a couple of the questions that you had asked and Jackie had asked. Is that normal amongst females? I'm just saying, just asking.
Right. We're
Yeah,
not
for
all going to have the same experience, but might be similar.
I mean, when Kim and I talk, it's really, we get kind of gross, and everyone's like, oh, women just talk about sex to each other. I'm like, no. Good friends talk about sex to each other. Best friends talk about shit. And we're usually talking about it while we're taking a shit. So she's, that's when we send our best memes to each other. And that's when I'm venting to her about what happened throughout the day. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she's all stressed out because she's helping with, she helps her at her daughter's restaurant. And then she watches the grandkids. And then maintains her home. So she doesn't really have a lot of time to come hang out with me anymore. But she's still there and still checks in. And she was actually, she started that right after Charlie died. She came to visit me in the hospital, and, she did some of my laundry for me because I didn't have a washer or dryer at the time. And, she has always checked on me. And it's when Martha needed end of life care, she was one of the first one. She was the one that came out and helped us set up the house for her so we could get hospice in there and set up the hospital bed. And with at home hospice, I don't know if you guys know this, but unless you pay for the nurses, and you pretty much have to pay up front for the nurses, you have to provide 24-hour care. So you can't just, say, okay, she's asleep, I'm going to go outside, or I'm going to go run my errands.
Right.
So you have to have someone there. So between her, two of her daughters, John and I, and the occasional friend or person from church came in, we had her covered. But it's just, it's hard. And so when she passed, we made sure, and she was, we thanked her and we included her in the obituary, just because if it wasn't for her, I probably would have totally lost my mind when we were going through that.
Right.
Right, baby girl? Pretty puppy.
So go ahead, Jackie. Nope. Yeah, I was going to hand you the floor.
Okay. I think there's a little bit, you find yourself some really good friends, right? And you have a circle, maybe, if anything, one or two. And sometimes, no matter who it is, there's always, it might be for me, like, if you're feeling a certain way and you think it's going to be totally different than anybody's ever felt before, like you're the only one that's ever felt this, there might be a form of embarrassment to even bring it up.
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess you got to know who you're talking to, for one.
Know your audience.
Know your audience.
I mean, you all, like, pretty much know I'm gassy, so, it's kind of embarrassing, I have to go through all this testing, and it's hard. I mean, and since I started the testing, the gas has gotten worse, and John can attest to that. He'd be like, my
But
kids.
because I think what you're saying, because we know you, we already know.
You already
but if you
know.
did in front of her,
I did it. I'm gonna do it anyway. Then it doesn't matter. You don't expect anything less out of me. So to speak. It's something you've come to say. Well, yeah, she farts. She burps. Oh well. But that's, hopefully they'll figure this out and add another medicine to the pharmacy, and we might be able to take care of it all. So yeah.
Absolutely.
It's hard.
Not only that symptom, I'm also going to add like a bunch of other things that we might be experiencing, right? So there's gas, there's flatulence, that's one. What about pain? Physical pain.
Yeah.
There's emotional pain, like depression.
Like
Sometimes
days where I literally cannot stand to hear somebody breathing.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm like that. I get sensory overload, and I didn't realize I had that issue until I had my kids. I used to get, there's this music playing over here, and there's like 3 people having a conversation over here, and this is going on, and it's like, I can't do it. And I just thought I was just a bitch, and stop. But, once I realized it's kind of like, you say it's because you're getting old, you're driving up to someplace and you're looking for the address, you turn the radio down so you can see better.
I do that.
It's because all your senses are combined, and it just is too much for you to concentrate, too much if you've got that loud music in your ear. And Casey gets so overloaded with his that he does the jumping and he does the hand flapping and he and I learned from his OT that he's trying to basically center himself. Like, when you crack your knuckles and you feel that pressure go down.
Right.
Well, he feels that in his joints all the time. So that's why he's always jumping and always doing this. And I learned a few other things today from the doctor, and I was just like, why didn't anyone explain this to me years ago? All they did was say he's got autism. Or he's got sensory processing disorder, and he needs what they call a sensory diet. And it has nothing to do with food. It has to do with how you set things up for him on a day-to-day basis. And they didn't tell me that. They just said, here's a book, go read it. And I'm like, you guys are the experts. I'm asking for help. I've got 2 kids. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, you know? And, you know, a lot of people say to me, you're strong. And I'm like, okay, yes, I won't say I'm not strong because I keep going. But I'm going to let you know that I didn't have a choice. You know, when Molly was diagnosed with diabetes, I remember, you know, the emotional pain because, you know, I didn't think I was going to have to deal with that again. And now her life is in my hands every single day. And it was a major blow to me thinking I couldn't protect her. And I'm like, you know, and I remember a couple friends of mine saying, well, won't she just outgrow it? And I'm like, you don't outgrow it. You have it until you die. And if you take care of yourself, hopefully you'll live a long, healthy life. And I remember the same friend asking, you know, if she would outgrow it. She says, oh, my daughter would never allow me to give her shots. And I'm like, if it's between life and death.
Right.
Okay. A diabetic, if they don't have that insulin, they're going to die.
Right.
So it either get, you know, that first shot I had to give her in the hospital. I was crying. I was devastated. I had a nurse on one side of me, her doctor on the other side of me, and they're like, just do it. And I was like, tears pouring down my face with the syringe in my hand. I'm like, I don't want to stab my kid with this. It's going to hurt her. I'm supposed to protect her. And you guys didn't even hear her make a noise. And I put her pump on her right here. I mean, I didn't show it, but you didn't hear it. I just went, done. You know, we do it every other day because she needs the site changed, and she's not going to end up like her dad. She has her blood sugar monitored 12 hours a day, and she doesn't just give herself whatever insulin she feels like. She is calculated according to what her doctors say, and she's seeing a doctor for it. You know, he didn't do that. And unfortunately, because he did a lot of the things that he did, you know, he lost his kidneys, he lost his eyesight, and then he lost his life. So I'm not saying he was a bad person. I'm just saying he didn't take care of himself.
He was fucking stupid.
He was stupid about it. He really was.
Stupid. He didn't care.
So,
you know,
I have a question for all of you. I have a question. Just from a guy. Do you ladies find it hard to confide in your male spouse, husband, boyfriend, about all of these? Is it or do you have that connection?
No, I tell mine everything. Whether or not he listens is a whole different.
That's just a guy thing.
I mean, for me now, I actually tell John more than I used to tell Charlie, because Charlie would get upset if something was wrong with me. Oh, great, something else. John has seen me at my absolute worst. And I mean, there were some embarrassing times that happened when I had my heart attack. And I'm telling you, if a guy can help you through that, I mean, this was even more embarrassing than childbirth, okay? Because childbirth, I didn't even see it while it was going on. They had a curtain up, and my sister got to see all my intestines. I didn't even see that crap. But
the shit is with the fucking school bus in a bag.
Yeah, you know, shit. You know, I have stomach issues, and I had to tell John that this is another thing making me look stupid. I was getting Casey on the bus, and it was like 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, and the bus is coming to pick up Casey. And I have to get him on the bus and help him into his seat with the aide, and he's got a driver, a special person, you know. And my stomach was killing me that morning. And this was when I still lived in Lodi, so my house was quite a distance from the road. And the bus was going to be there in less than 5 minutes, so I could not run back into the house. Okay? I'm not kidding. This is not something I'm proud of. But I had to use the yard. And I didn't get all of it in the yard.
The dog was in
So as the bus comes up, and I was really good friends with his bus aide. I used to climb on the bus, and I was like very short with her that morning. I was like, here he is. He's like this. He's like this. And I would not get on the bus because I've got some stuff steaming in the back here, and I just don't want to deal with it. And it was like, she texted me about 10 minutes later as the bus is going on. She goes, "Are you all right? You're acting kind of funny this morning." I'm like, well, I said, "You know how I have my tummy issue?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I had a shit in the yard." And she was like, and of course, I have to go in and tell John what I did. Okay. Meanwhile, I tried to clean myself up outside with one of those reusable Walmart bags. They're not very absorbent, by the way. So, you know, I've got to strip down, get in the shower, and get myself going so I can get Molly up and get her on the bus.
You should have just rolled around in the yard. Just take the pants off and roll.
I know you were all holding it in. I shit in the fucking yard. No.
Keep a straight face. We need to play that game where you say something and see if the other breaks. He can't do it.
Oh, I would no.
I
When you
would
saw
do
the
it.
start of this,
I'm
me
like,
and Becky
it
were
was-
just laughing.
You know, it's embarrassing, you know. I won't tell everybody. I mean, now it's on the line, but you know,
Yeah, but now you can laugh about it.
I can laugh about it now. At the time, I was crying my eyes out.
Understandably. Well, understandably, yeah.
I shit my pants.
I got you, sister. I have one. I have a story. It was in Myrtle Beach, and I had something happening with my stomach. We literally decided not to take my car anywhere. We were gonna try to maneuver or get around on the bus system, and we did not know what we were doing. So we ended up walking all the way from one spot back, trying to get back to the main highway. And meanwhile, my stomach is going blurb, blurb. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I made it to the bathroom one time in like this medical office building. I just ran right to the bathroom to go. But the other time, I was literally, the cars were zooming by me. I was hiding out underneath palm trees, crapping myself and trying to find something to wipe myself with. It happened. What are you gonna do?
You can't stop it. When it wants to come out, it's gonna come out. I'm sorry. I don't know how people can hold it for hours and hours. I'm like,
I'm
I
sure
feel
that
that prairie dog, and I'm like,
If it was Lodi, somebody would know me. It was Myrtle Beach. I don't know anybody there.
I mean, I'm sure one day I might be put in that position, and when it happens, I will share that with each of you. Absolutely.
Women have it worse. If you've had kids, then
oh, you can't hold it back. Try
Yeah.
doing a sneeze. Oh my God. With my tummy issues. Oh.
and both
When
of mine
I-
are C-section
When I
too.
get a flare up and I have a sneeze, first I always have to clench together anyway because I'm gonna pee. But if I'm having a flare up with my belly, yeah, you gotta squeeze both ends and pray to God you don't crap your pants. And I'll tell you, I don't always succeed. So
It's gonna be like Eddie Murphy in this shit. That's not it.
that's not it.
So I know in about 10 minutes, I know Aleen's man is on TV.
Yeah, that's
Gordon,
right.
so you ladies have 10 minutes to talk about whatever you want. This is because, so the reason why I say that is because, like I said, a friend of mine watched the video of Becky and reached out to me to help her. And we're hoping that this show, somewhere down the road, could help someone. So the next 10 minutes, 10 minutes is yours.
Like our mental health, always, I like that. Even if we have other friends, this little group here, we check in every day.
Right.
And you all know by now, if it's really bad, you already know I'm having a day. I wasn't on much the last couple days because I just haven't been feeling the best. I got this thing going on here, and I had to go to Rochester today, which I absolutely hate driving there in Syracuse. But
Not with me, you know.
I had John as my navigator because my freaking phone GPS didn't work because you don't have any
Right.
freaking bars.
Yeah.
And so, but I had John showing me where to go, and we finally got some service while we were up in Rochester for a few minutes, and it got me right there. And we came home, and the kids were happy. We stopped at McDonald's, and it's just, for me, I like that we can check in and know that if you need to talk, you can always send me a private message if you don't want to really share with everyone else. And I don't have a problem with that. And there's certain jokes that I send to all of you, but there's some that I know that are a little strong, so I'll send it to Jeff by himself because he's not. It's very hard to offend him. If I offend Jeff, it's bad. So, but like I said, the fact that if you are having something weird feeling in your body and you're not sure, either go get it checked out or at least talk to someone, and hopefully that person will convince you to go get it checked out. When I was having my heart symptoms, I had a couple friends online say, maybe you better make an appointment with your doctor. And I'll tell you, I was actually talking to someone the night before about these symptoms, and she goes, I think you might want to get checked. And after everything settled and I was in ICU and I finally got everyone to leave so I could get some rest, I sent her a message and I said, I got checked out. And she, okay, what happened? And I told her, and she totally freaked out. She goes, I told you should have gone sooner, but little things like that, just because women's symptoms are different. And the way I explained how mine were doesn't mean it'll happen to you that way. And it doesn't mean you'll even get one. But if you're feeling, like what I said, that your heart's racing, it's a little bit more painful than regular heartburn, and you're throwing up and, sweating and pouring down your face, that type of stuff. Just go to the ER. I'm going to tell you.
That's one.
Just go to the ER, because I'd rather they told you that it's heartburn or you're overreacting or you're having an anxiety attack. I'd rather they told you that than go to your funeral, because I don't want to go. I hate funerals.
Yeah, that bitch
They suck. They suck.
Go ahead, Aleen.
Oh, yeah. Test face. Yeah.
Go ahead, Aleen.
Oh yeah, I forgot to ask. Vaginal dryness. That's a big one.
Oh yeah.
I think I touched upon that briefly with my I said sexual issues happening. It definitely is.
LJW, you cannot spit on it and make it work.
No. Sometimes even someone that knows exactly where to touch and what to do, it's like the fucking Sahara Desert.
Listen,
Yep.
guys don't understand something. I do.
It feels like I'm being raped.
When Becky wants to go to the hospital or gets taken to the hospital and she's fumbling for her fucking words to tell the receptionist what's going on with her, I looked at her, I looked at the receptionist and said, fuck you, she's having chest pains, get her back there now.
Yeah,
I'm not playing games.
He did.
I'm not playing games with her.
It's like the Sahara Desert, and no amount of anything gets it going. It's like, well, we'll just take care of you tonight. What?
That's perfectly normal, folks.
Well, come on. You can't really do anything when it's that dry. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
it ain't going in.
It feels like a body. Yes.
Poor Jeff. Poor Jeff.
No, I'm loving it. This is why I love this group, and
And there
not
are
only
women out there
Real
that
stuff.
do
We're
take
not making
hormones
it up.
to help bring that back, but I can't take them. I can't take them. When I had my heart attack, I couldn't take the pill anymore. I was told I could get an IUD, but I couldn't have the Mirena. I had to have the copper one. And that's another embarrassing story, but it was really funny.
We're not going down that fucking road. We are not going down that road.
My doctor was placing the IUD, and I'm, feet are in the stirrups, like I was telling Jeff earlier. And he's getting it placed in, and his head's like right there. And the nurse is up here because you have to have a woman in the room with you too.
Right.
And as he's pulling his tools out, but the speculum's still got things open, he's looking, his face is right there, and he goes, "Oh, that's beautiful."
The way they explained it to me.
That's beautiful.
It ain't that fucking big.
He stopped, he bit his lip. I was laughing. My nurse was trying not to laugh. And then she saw I was laughing, and she goes, "Okay, it's you." And we all totally lost. He goes, "No, I didn't mean it like that." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, whatever."
Oh my.
Yeah.
wow.
History. You could put that on a resume.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful vagina.
He was talking about his work, but, hey, that's
Yeah.
that's
So
beautiful.
our technical is going to be blown
And
up
I
with
told John as soon as I got home.
Sahara. Anything else you ladies want to add? Anything at all?
Like, man, this fucking guy's got.
Mental health. It's very sad that you can have all of the best friends and all of the best family in the world, and people still feel alone.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A lot.
I don't know. I can't speak for everybody here. Throughout my life, I've always thought about, what happens when you die, but when you really want to die, but anyways, I think this group is helpful in that you might not go to your sister, you might not go to your best friend, but maybe you would go to this group, or maybe even talking to a stranger. It's weird.
Agreed. No, absolutely. And I didn't know where you were actually going with that. I know that you abruptly cut that off. I'll just tell you again, if you ever need to talk, just, don't hesitate to reach out.
One of us is always available.
Yeah.
I said earlier, if I don't answer right away, it's because I fell asleep finally, which sometimes is very early and sometimes is very late. It just depends on the day. Today we actually had dinner earlier than normal tonight. Normally the kids are just finishing right now the last week because I've pretty much just been flying by the seat of my pants this week. So it's anytime you have any issues. That freaked me out. What the hell, woman?
I know. I was like, where the hell?
Anytime.
But yet nobody called 911 in case you got kidnapped.
I was like, I gotta call 911. I don't even know where the hell she is. So anyway.
Let me lock my car. There we go.
There you go. Obviously, we can continue this for however long. But I just want to say, I actually admire and respect you guys for coming on and just, a million people could watch this video, and you guys had the strength and the courage to say some very personal things, And, I think it's really, really respectful, and I appreciate it. And I hope that with each of you talking, I hope it helped you some way tonight.
Bonded.
I got to see their smiling faces.
Well, we all know.
I
We
mean,
all
you
know
guys
why
see my
Aline's
face tonight,
smiling.
not just my boobs. So
We all know why Aline's smiling, because Gordon Ramsay is on right now.
I don't look. I don't even have my TV on him.
he did.
Oh,
I have a
well.
phone.
Fucking sense of humor in yours too, because it goes a lot to do with Mike.
Oh, you know.
So, I mean, Jackie, so you were the one who wanted to have this, so it's up to you to either end it or to carry it on.
Unless Aline feels like she's not been heard enough. Aline, are you
No, I'm good.
wanting to? Yeah, you're good? Okay.
Yeah, I run my
Okay.
mouth a lot, guys. I don't talk to adults, so.
That you actually helped a ton. It's not a negative thing, and I guess the state police have now circled me twice now, so I guess I better get out of here.
Where the
I've
hell
been-
are you?
Just parked in a parking lot at the hotel place. I don't know.
Wait,
But anyway.
whoa. You just pull in random motel room?
I had drinks with my office mates, and I knew I wasn't going to get home by 7. So I'm like, I'll just park in the parking lot and have a talk with everybody. So that's what I did.
You'll be fine.
Absolutely.
If you got a problem, tell them to call me.
That's right.
Not that I have any pull, but
867-5309.
Absolutely, Jenny. So just imagine when we all get together Saturday.
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll
Me
try to
too.
keep my butt closed, okay?
Whatever. I will probably be there early drinking, so I'll get us a nice table.
Cool.
Sounds good.
So listen, ladies, thank you. I think hopefully Craig's still there, but he probably he's away somewhere doing hookers and blow. I don't know where he's at, but
Hey.
I'm kidding.
Hey, dude, what's up with that, man? Dude,
That's my
you know.
catchphrase for when you're not there.
I know, but I'm not in a car this time, so there's no. I'm not in a car like Jackie is, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's the action,
hotel
Jackie?
room, isn't it?
How's the action, Jackie? Are they too expensive? They were too expensive for me. So
All right.
oh, she's
So
trying to
listen.
say something that ain't funny. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what to
Ladies,
say.
They're more
I
than
know.
10 bucks now, bud.
It says every woman towards me.
I'm
I don't know what
speechless.
to say about you. Are you kidding me? Anyway, yes. You know what? Fine, sir, since you rocked it this whole show, you're gonna take us out of here.
no, it was Jackie. It was her
Jackie,
idea.
yes. Yes.
She ends the show.
All right, do it.
At last.
All right. I will talk to you
Oh
all
my God.
tomorrow. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for everything tonight. Appreciate you. Love you guys.
And once
Love
again,
you guys.
ladies and
Love you
gentlemen, thank you
guys.
for watching the JK'z Rewatchable Hour. Please do like and subscribe to this show. We have Jacqueline Lynch, Becky Sherwalk, Aileen Clark, and my fearless yet clueless yet sometimes very
Pretty
sexual
clueless.
and
Very
sexual co-host J-Dubs. I'm Craig Kelso. Thank you. Take care and have a good night.
Good night.
Later. Love you all.